What up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about how strong is Sailor Moon from the manga version this time. Because the last video I covered just the anime, both the original and the remake. And this one I'm only going to be specifically talking about the final arc. And I mentioned that in the last video because most of the feats that we see both in the anime version and in the manga version, though they are a little bit different, the story, the feats are pretty much the same. Prior to this, they were just planet level. So this one is where we're going to start because there's nothing really too impressive about that, and we want to talk about the most important stuff, especially from the final villain Galaxia and Chaos, and the events that happened in this one, because it is a little bit different. There's a little bit different from stuff from the wording as a whole. So yeah, it starts off with Galaxia talking to the Seer, trying to find this galaxy with throughout the universe that produces life and has the galaxy cauldron in there. And as she's talking to the Seer says, that is the center of the universe, Sagittarius, your star. And then it starts calling out to her. So basically, she asked the seer, hey, where's this galaxy that produces all the life throughout the universe? I want to find it to control it. And then the seer tells her to go to the center of the universe where there's a galaxy, and that has a star there, which basically is the galaxy there too, at the center of the universe. So when she goes to the center of the universe, she's going to find a galaxy there that has the galaxy cauldron that creates all the life there. So that was a little bit different. In the other one, they just said the center of the galaxy, whereas this one they said the center of the universe. And then they go on as the princess is explaining to Sailor Moon. She says everything in the universe is born from Sagittarius Zero. It's a place where stars are born, a place where stars are born, and was born from there. Even the Earth, everybody else, everything in the universe, a place where all star seeds are born. So she goes on to explain once again that hey, this is Sagittarius Zero Star. It's in the center of the universe. It's a galaxy that produces stars, all the stars throughout the universe. It not only produces stars, but it created the Earth and it created everybody. So all human lives too. And it creates everything in the universe. So basically, it's the production factory of the universe as a whole. And it creates all the stuff and it creates the star seeds, which is within the people themselves and the planets and stars. And if you extract it, it ends up destroying that thing or killing them. And then they go on to say further that does that mean the galaxy is trying to control the death and birth cycle of the galaxy? Galactica is there. So then they go into there. So basically, the other Sailor Guardian says, does that mean that she's trying to control the birth and death and birth cycle of the galaxy? Because the galaxy is very important. Like I said in the last video, the way that their cosmology works is different than ours. In our one, we have countless different galaxies that have nebulas that create stars for them, and then that creates like planets and then life and all this, shit, right? But in their one, there's only one specific galaxy that does all that, and that's the Sagittarius galaxy and the Sagittarius star specifically, which is where the galaxy cauldron is located. It creates all the stuff and produces that. So by controlling that, you control the birth and death cycle throughout the universe, and also by controlling that one specific galaxy, you control the universe. So technically, you don't need to be a universal level threat. You don't need to be beyond the concepts of life and death. All you have to be is strong enough to be able to affect a galaxy and take control over a galaxy. So you would only need to be really galaxy level at that point. But after this, we have Sailor Moon talking to her future self. As she's talking, she says, please keep peace in the 30th century. I'll go, mom. Oh no, this is her daughter talking to her saying, go and see everything, and see the end of the universe. To the end of the universe, go and travel through time. So this is her daughter, Chibiusa, and Chibiusa has this thing, this key that allows her to travel through time. So she went from the 30th century to the 20th century to help her mom, and she was trying to help her mom because what happened was there's these dark, I think they're called dark moon guys. There were these people from another planet, and they were trying to take over the Crystal City, which was in the 30th century. So they attacked Sailor Moon, and Sailor Moon was put into this like crystallized hibernation field because she was getting attacked and she was going to die. So to save her life, they had to put her in there to protect her. And her daughter took the key to go travel through time to go into the past to help her mom when she was younger. But she didn't know that at that time. But she went to go help out her mom in the 28th century from the 30th. So when she's saying going to the end of the universe, she doesn't mean like fly to the end of the universe. So it's not like a speed feed where she's able to move from the center of the universe to the end of the universe. through speed, she's basically means throughout time, not distance. So she's giving her the key and saying, hey, here you go the key and use it to travel through time. So she can't travel through time with her own power. It's just through the device itself. And she's not going through the end of the universe, as in like the distance, just throughout time itself. And that's how she's doing it. So then they go on to say further, as they're fighting, it says, Galaxy, the Sailor Stars light crystals. We will capture Sailor Moon's crystal at the next stage. I will rule the galaxy, know the entire universe. So just because a character can, control or rule over the universe does not mean that they're on the level of the universe. There's many characters throughout fiction that have conquered the universe or were going to conquer the universe, but they were not universal level. To conquer a universe, you just have to be strong enough to overpower anybody within that universe that will try to oppose you. That's pretty much it. And also in this one, it's even more different because by just ruling this one specific galaxy that produces life, you technically rule over the universe itself. So you don't even have to have your threat outreaching throughout the entire universe, just throughout the galaxy as a whole. Once you own this one galaxy, you basically own the entire universe. So that's why she said, I will rule the galaxy, no, the entire universe, because they're both intertwined and connected. So after this, she goes on to say, at the place where destiny begins, I will create a new galaxy. Well, we will meet at last, Sailor Moon. So yeah, she explains that she will go to the center of the galaxy and then create a new one. So by using the chaos force that was within her, she'll infect and corrupt the galaxy cauldron, thus will infect and corrupt the galaxy as a whole. And once when you infect and control the whole galaxy, you technically control the entire universe because that's where all life from in the universe comes from. So if you can control all the life in the universe, technically you control the universe itself. But you don't need to be on a universal levels of power. Uh, as this is happening, Sailor Moon finally shows and she comes to fight her. As they're fighting, they go on to say, the galaxy's most powerful Sailor Crystal, why does Sailor Moon possess it? To destroy chaos and conquer the entire galaxy, no matter what, I must get Sailor Moon's power. So Sailor Moon has a silver crystal, and she uses that to increase her power, and she's going to use that to fight off both chaos and Galaxia. And she's saying that she's trying to destroy chaos and conquer the entire galaxy. She's not really trying to do that. She's just trying to stop her and chaos from doing that to save the galaxy as a whole. But then after that, we have Galaxia taking her once again to the Galaxy Cauldron to explain to her what's happening and what it is. She says, everything in the galaxy is born here, losers and solar scouts, strong stars, a place where stars are born. It can be found here. It'll be if there is hope left in the universe. So basically what she's saying, it's the same thing in the anime version, at least the movie. It was her just bringing Sailor Moon there to tell her, hey, this is the galaxy culture. This is how it works. It basically is at the center of the galaxy and it produces life. It produces stars and people and it produces everything within the universe. So controlling this would basically mean controlling the universe as a whole. And she doesn't know what to do. She's like, so am I supposed to destroy the galaxy culture to prevent her from doing this? And that's what her other self, Chibi Chibi, is trying to do as she's talking to her, saying, you must destroy chaos and the cauldron in the end at all. Sailor Moon with your last power, but if the galaxy cauldron disappears, so she's getting confronted by her other self, Chibi Chibi, which is the future version of herself, 30th century Sailor Moon. She's telling her, hey, you have no other option. You have to destroy chaos and the galaxy cauldron because he's affected the galaxy cauldron at this point. And by infecting it, that means he's controlling all of life and he's just going to produce evil life, evil stars, evil planets, and evil people. And you have to stop that to stop evil. So the only way to do that is to destroy the galaxy cauldron itself, thus killing, chaos himself. But she's like, if I do that, wouldn't that, ruin everything and screw everything up? After this, as she goes to, change it, she jumps into the galaxy cauldron to purify it. As she does that, she goes on and she starts to transform. It says from throughout the galaxy is generated thousands of Sailor crystals. Know this power. Who are you? Lambard power. Cosmos crystal. Who am I? This is Cosmos crystal. Powers to change everything to cosmos energy. The ultimate Lambarda. I'm pretty sure that's they say Lambada power. So what does this mean? A lot of people hear the word cosmos, 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 and I mentioned that in the other one too, because the 30th century Sailor Moon was in her Cosmos form, which is her final form, and they don't touch upon that much. They just mention it briefly, but in the manga, they completely talk about it. So basically, what happens is her crystal goes to her final form, the Cosmos crystal, and what it can do is transform energy into Cosmos energy. Now, they never explain what the fuck that even means. It sounds cool, it sounds impressive. That makes it sound like it's a universal thing, but once again, this was only affecting the galaxy as a whole. If it was really on a universal level, it would have been way more impressive than that. So yes, it has the word cosmos, but a lot of people need to understand words are just words in the end of the day. They don't really mean exactly like a lot of characters have certain moves that are named certain things. That doesn't mean that those names are specific, right? Like you have Frieza using his move Supernova. It's called Supernova. It kind of looks like one, but it doesn't mean it is a supernova. So it's just a name and a title, and it turns into cosmos energy, which just means like, I don't know, some pure universal energy, but it doesn't go past galaxy level. So after this, she goes on to say, the Sailor Moon that just saved the galaxy is Sailor Cosmos' true form. Sailor Cosmos, like Eternal Sailor Moon did when I received the power to lose everything. This is when I truly become Sailor Cosmos. So this activated her becoming Sailor Cosmos, and this was her final stage. And also the last feat that we see in this story. Now, this makes people think that she was, universal because the word cosmos, but it only mentioned that she saved the galaxy or had the power to only save the galaxy, and this still killed her. When she jumped inside there, just like in the anime version, when she jumped inside there to fix it, it ended up killing her, and she was going to be reincarnated into the future in the 30th century for her to do all that stuff. So there's nothing really that I could say that indicates her past that galaxy level, even with the name of Cosmos there, because they don't really go into specifics on how it works. But we do see when she jumps in there, she pretty much sacrifices her life and she ends up dying and has to be reborn anyway again, just like in the original series, right? So it's like, yeah, you have that name, which is just a name and it says Cosmos Energy, which does sound like universal energy, which could make her sound impressive. But if she was really that powerful, then how come she died in her true form as she jumped in there and then had to be resurrected again into the 30th century in the future? So it's kind of BS in that case if you're going to make that argument. So in the end of the day, those three questions once again: is she immortal? No. This one is even less about talking about her being immortal. So no, she's not immortal. There's nothing that shows that. Two, is she universal? No. I guess you can kind of make an argument with her Sailor Cosmos form, uh, because the Cosmos energy stuff, but she did die in the Galaxy Cauldron, which even in her true form, which means that she's clearly not beyond Galaxy level. So she's still just Galaxy level, and is she stronger than Goku? No. You have to be way above Galaxy level. You have to even be way above Universal just to beat Goku. If you're going to be Galaxy level, you're not even coming close. Once again, and most you could argue for her to be is around Dragon Ball Z Goku. But even then, it really depends. But yeah, she's not universal. She's not one of the most powerful characters in fiction. She's not beating Goku. No matter what you Sailor Moon fans say, I don't know where you guys got that whole she could beat Goku and she's way more powerful and she's universal. She's not on that level. And she's not immortal. Also, I don't know where the hell you guys got that from. So yeah. I know I'm gonna have a lot of disagreements from Sailor Moon fans or just anime fans in general because a lot of people do believe that she is universal and a lot of people do say that she is immortal. But there's just nothing that really indicates that to me. I just think that that's just not true. But yeah, you guys already saw all the feats. I brought up everything from both the original anime version, the remake, and the manga itself specifically, and nothing in those three got past Galaxy level at most. I guess you could, if you want to argue at most, or highballer at most, you could say Galaxy Plus, but that's it. I will not put her past Galaxy Plus, but even Galaxy Plus is, pushing it. I'm just going to say Galaxy level. Uh, yeah, unless you guys can find something that puts her at Universal, there's nothing really that indicates that, and there's nothing you can do to argue that she is. But you can still try in the comment section if you want to. And if you want to suggest any other anime characters that you think are very powerful that you want me to, dive deep into the story and try to find out how powerful they are, definitely comment that, but also tell me what series they're from because sometimes people say this character's this is their character's name, but it's like what anime are they from? What's the name of the manga? What's the title? I need to know where they're from specifically, so I can go into do my research, obviously. And if I don't get it, how am I gonna do it? So yeah, that's it for Sailor Moon. She's not that powerful. She's actually one of the weaker characters I've covered. I've covered quite a bit of powerful characters, and she's nowhere near them because the other characters are at least universal level or beyond that or close to that, but she's nowhere near that. So I don't know why people overhype her so much. She's really not that powerful. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed and stay tuned for next time.